Springfield, Vermont resembled a picture-perfect postcard. A quiet, close-knit town where everyone knew one another, and each day unfolded predictably. Time seemed to stand still here, preserving the ideal of the small-town American dream. Among the neatly kept homes with manicured lawns stood the Dawson family house on one of Springfield's most prestigious streets. Paul Dawson, the family's patriarch, was a respected businessman who had built his construction company from the ground up, making it one of the most successful in the county. At 50, Paul embodied discipline and integrity, admired by many for his reliability and steady success. Laura Dawson, Paul's wife, was beloved as a teacher at the local school. At 48, she remained as compassionate as ever, forging meaningful connections with her students who adored her. Laura was the heart of the family, always supporting her children and husband and making their home a peaceful haven. Jake and Lily Dawson, the teenage children, seemed like perfect siblings. Jake, who had just turned 18, was preparing for college and planning to follow in his father's footsteps in business. 16-year-old Lily, with her artistic spirit, dreamed of becoming an artist and often retreated to her room, painting her emotions onto canvas. Yet, behind the Dawsons' perfect family facade lay a hidden secret that threatened to unravel everything. Jake and Lily, who had grown up with a close bond, felt a shift in their relationship that they could neither understand nor control. Jake, usually calm and dependable, began to struggle with feelings for Lily that he couldn't ignore. His attempts to suppress these emotions only deepened his inner turmoil. Meanwhile, Lily sensed a change in her brother's behavior, increasingly confused by his glances and sudden distance. Her teenage emotions, fueled by her creative sensitivity, left her grappling with feelings she couldn't define, pouring them out in coded paintings. Their confusing emotions drew them closer in ways they both knew were wrong. They found ways to be alone together, their bond intensifying in secrecy and slowly drawing the notice of neighbors. Evenings when their parents were preoccupied became stolen moments, a trap from which neither could escape. Unable to confess their feelings or turn away, they sank deeper into dangerous territory with each encounter. By May 2023, they began spending time together in secluded areas, often meeting in the woods outside town. Jake considered ways to escape his feelings, but he always found himself drawn back to Lily. Feeling trapped by their secret, Lily started keeping a diary to express her conflicted emotions, hiding it beneath her pillow. Throughout the summer, their emotional entanglement grew increasingly volatile. By June, neighbors like Sam, who owned the nearby cafe and had known the family for years, began noticing odd behavior from the siblings. After seeing them slip out together late at night, Sam's concern grew, leading him to keep an eye on them. In September, he reached out to Detective Rachel Grant, sharing his unease. Rachel, who had sensed something amiss in the Dawson household for some time, began her own investigation. As weeks passed, Lily became haunted by guilt and nightmares, often picturing herself and Jake standing on the edge of a vast abyss. She distanced herself from friends, her once beloved art now a painful reminder of her struggles. Teachers noticed her disengagement, and even her mother, Laura, sensed something was wrong. Meanwhile, Jake wrestled with guilt and jealousy, his obsession morphing into possessive thoughts that drove him to emotional manipulation. He convinced Lily that their bond was all that mattered, intensifying her desperation. In October 2023, Jake's fixation escalated, and he began following Lily, unable to control his urges. One night, he locked himself in her room, refusing to leave until they confronted their connection. Lily felt profound fear, realizing she needed to escape. By November, she reluctantly agreed to Jake's plan to run away together, and they secretly plotted their escape, determined to leave before dawn without a trace. But on the night they planned to leave, Paul unexpectedly found them packing. In a moment of panic, Jake shoved him down the stairs, leaving him motionless as Lily screamed in horror. Desperate and terrified, the siblings fled into the dark streets, abandoning everything they'd known. On December 10, 2023, after weeks of hiding, Detective Lisa Morgan finally tracked them to an abandoned house outside town. Surrounded by police, Jake and Lily seemed defeated, numb, and unresponsive as they were taken into custody. Later, police found Lily's diary and letters in the house, chronicling the tragic obsessive relationship that had pulled them both into darkness. By March 25, 2024, the trial concluded with sentences that left Springfield in shock. Jake received 25 years in prison, and Lily, 20 years, both with mandated psychiatric treatment. In the hushed courtroom, they realized they had lost everything: their family, freedom, and any hope of redemption. Afterward, Springfield would never be the same. The Dawson home, once a symbol of peace, became a dark reminder of tragedy. The townspeople avoided speaking of it, but stories began circulating about strange sounds and shadows lingering in its empty halls. Laura Dawson, shattered by grief, isolated herself, and Paul's construction business closed for good. The story of the Dawsons, etched into Springfield's memory, served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of hidden truths and the cost of breaking societal taboos. Over time, it transformed into local folklore, a tale that warned of the dark depths lying beneath the seemingly perfect surface of any community. And while the townspeople returned to their lives, they remained vigilant, knowing that even the most peaceful places could conceal unspoken horrors.